Hello and welcome to day 4 of the 25 push-ups for 25 days challenge. And today my mental health tip would be diaphragmatic breathing. So this is your breathing from your diaphragm, this area. It's kind of just below your ribs, around that area, and breathing with that. So there are many exercises you can do to learn how to breathe with your diaphragm. And I guess I'll go into some of the benefits of this. Now, you have a part of the brain called the amygdala, and this is the alarm system of your brain. And during times of fear or anxiety, your amygdala gets triggered, and what this does is this sends signals throughout your whole body, putting you into that fight or flight response. So when you get stressed, when you get anxious, your body goes into that fight or flight response. Now, what happens is when this gets triggered, you have your nervous system, and there are many components to your nervous system, but I'm going to focus specifically on the autonomic nervous system. So the autonomic nervous system is the system that controls all your automatic processes, and when your sympathetic nervous system is triggered, that's when there is an event that's triggered your anxiety or stress. And what this sympathetic nervous system does is all your blood starts to rush to your limbs, your arms and your legs, and this really puts you in that fight or flight response, because you can imagine when all the energy and all the blood is rushing to your limbs, it can allow you to move and run and fight or whatever you need to do. The issue is a lot of the things in modern day society today, it's we get our stress response turned on over things that don't need to be. Our response gets turned on when it doesn't need to. And if you go back to primate days, to man cave days, there were tigers, there were predators, there were whatever, and we needed that response. But a lot of the things that occur today, we don't face the same dangers as being out in the wild and having to face predators or run from predators or fight from predators. So I guess this response is less needed, but it's being turned on more these days, and that's the issue. And that's why that's why we have some of these things that lead to chronic stress and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And I guess also we have a bad habit, because a lot of us sit down now during our days. We have a bad habit of breathing from our chests, and we're not getting the full amount of oxygen that our bodies need, because we're breathing with that chest. We're not breathing properly with the diaphragm and the stomach. So by using diaphragmatic breathing exercises, there are many different types of breathing exercises, but what that does is that, from your sympathetic, I mentioned sympathetic nervous system, which gets you into that fight or flight, moves all the blood to your limbs, and then by breathing, we engage the parasympathetic nervous system, which brings all the blood back in to our intestines, to our stomach, to our lungs, lowers blood pressure, decreases our heart rate, and puts us really back into that relaxed state. So that's my tip for the day. It's mostly relating to chronic stress and anxiety, two very prevalent things in our society today. More common, I would say, than the schizophrenias and the bipolars and even the major depressive disorders. It's that chronic stress. And I was watching a documentary last night, and they mentioned something about stress. You can go your whole life, with going through little short bouts of stress. Once you get to those ages of 45 and 50 and 60, where illness starts to come about, all it takes is one traumatic event to bring a cancer out. One stressful traumatic event will really bring out some of these chronic illnesses, these chronic physical illnesses. So that's the importance of trying to manage your stress, I guess. But now to the 25 push-ups.